Those who cheated, why? Only once when I was a teenager trying to score quantity points my friends instead of being thoughtful about the quality I was disrespecting. And she was quality. I was repeating sect grade again for a third time. Retaliation. She cheated first and in my adolescent rage, wanted to hurt her back. I lost sexual attraction for her, but she still was the best partner. So I tried to get the best of both worlds plus low self-esteem. I kept seeking validation from other people. Just a crazy one that happened to me. My ex in college cheated on me because she thought I cheated on her because I wouldn't be on my phone during finals week. My friend's BF cheated on him for meth. They got back together. My friend is a fucking idiot. I asked my friend that, she said cheating is fun. I don't care about hurting people. She is no longer my friend. I used to be a real shithead. In my early 20s, I got comfortable in a long relationship and was just a piece of shit. I finally got out of that relationship and realized how fucking much it hurt them. I stopped. I never did it again. That was 20 years ago. As far as why? Opportunism. Poor decision making. Hormones, mostly just being a POS. Now, I couldn't imagine. I'm too honest. I'm too open. I'm too here. As a person who has recently felt it's fucking brutal. It's like taking your self-ego and just ripping it to pieces. Having someone you truly love just step out, well, it's something else. Just be honest, folks. It's easy. Speak up. It was easier than being honest. I'm not losing to a 7-year-old in Candyland. I have a reputation to uphold. Following every tax code is exhausting and expensive. My partner at the time had a very responsive type of arousal. I would have to try and get her turned on and then see if she was in the mood for sex. The rejection was erosive, and when I found myself in a situation where I felt wanted and someone was horny for me just because I was in the same room, I got high off it and wanted more of that feeling. Boils down to low self-esteem. Having always been the chaser, the one to make the moves, as it were, the change to feeling wanted, desired, chased was incredible. You'll never know what would have been. But it ruined a marriage for which I'll never not hate myself, while somehow leading to a second marriage that just works. I was a teenager and had not fully developed my moral compass yet. Because I was selfish and foolish, I thought if she doesn't find out and it doesn't change how I feel about her, then where is the harm? She found out, and seeing how much it destroyed her made me feel like the biggest piece of shit. I will never put anyone in that position again. I almost did recently. Girlfriend was a repeat verbally abusive psycho, with no recall or ability to self-check or correct herself, and never really held herself accountable, so I started looking around. Luckily, I broke it off after calling the cops on her for hitting and spitting on me, so it didn't come to me actually cheating. It's better this way. But I honestly would have cheated on her. Haven't cheated myself, but my mom cheated because she was trapped in an abusive relationship with my dad with no realistic way out. Have encountered that sort of thing a lot as I've gotten older. Women who want to leave, but can't. I wanted a way out of the relationship. I tried breaking it off a few times and he guilted me by pleading in ways that made me feel trapped. I just made a poor decision instead of handling it the right way. I was in my early 20s, but that is no excuse. We got together when I was 15 and he was 18. He was my first proper relationship and he was controlling and manipulative. I had no support from my family to leave him and I couldn't see another way out. I cheated. He found out and luckily it made him leave so I could force a separation. He pretty much lived at my house by that point. It's not ideal and I'm sad I hurt him, but at that age I had no idea what else to do. I couldn't see to get out of the relationship any other way. Revenge. I left a trail of destruction that hurt a lot of innocent people. When I only wanted to get even with my cheating husband. When you're hurt and in a rage, don't try to get even. Keep your dignity and walk away. Well, I sure as shit ain't paying 8 mana to equip my Colossus hammer. Unbridled ego, unsatisfying regular sex life, and a girl who threw herself at me. I was an idiot, I acted like an asshole, and I will regret it the rest of my life. I was in an abusive relationship with someone I now realize was a pedo 10 years older, who groomed me. I was 15 when I met him, he was 25. He manipulated my shocking mental health and shitty life to get me to submit fully to his every whim. We were together for 3 years when I started to realize just what I had gotten myself into. I started a new job at 18 and met someone my age, sweet and kind. Over 3 months I fell for him, realized how bad my situation was, and made a plan to leave. I still hate the fact I cheated, didn't do the full deed, but messed around a bit, even though my ex was abusive in every way, but smacking me around. Simply put, I fell in real love, not fake love masquerading as a charming narcissist. 13 years later and I'm still with him. and he's still sweet and kind. I was in my early 20s. My partner was physically and emotionally abusive, and one of his tactics was to repeatedly accuse me of cheating. After years of his behavior, I finally broke and retaliated by doing that exact thing. I probably should have ended the relationship first, but at the time, I was basically a cornered rat and lashed out. I cheated first, and then called him with details about what I had done and broke up with him. I wanted him to hurt as badly as he had hurt me over the years. It worked. He spiraled into an intense alcoholic depression and did not date for a very, very long time. I have not cheated on any other partner since. He later went on to do some growing and wrote me a letter of apology that took accountability for his actions during our relationship. I also took accountability for a truly cruel method of retaliation. We managed to heal and actually become friends for a number of years, and I remember him very fondly. It was a terrible growing experience. I grew up depraved, basically. Everyone I knew cheated. On me, on with each other, etc. My mom sold drugs. The people in my life weren't the greatest of role models. I had so many cheating-related experiences that it stopped bothering me. In my mind it was something everyone did, but no one talked about. If they didn't, it was just because they couldn't. I dissociated sex and love. In my mind, loving someone and fucking someone had nothing to do with each other. Worse is I became corrupt enough that the sneaking around, in and of itself, became attractive. I didn't want just vanilla sex, I wanted that thrill to come with it. At some point, though, I realized that I wasn't getting away with anything. I was just taking advantage of the trust someone afforded me because of love. Without that trust, people see right through it. It wasn't sneaky, just abusive. While I technically still enjoy the idea memories of sneaking around, in practice it just feels like shit.